Okay, guys, welcome to the final of the FIP Star Dubai. At the near end, we've got Javi Barahona and Jesus Moya, and then at the far end, we've got Javi Redondo and Raul Duran. We are just about to kick off this final. Finished most of our local competitions, and if you can hear any cheering in the background, that's where that is coming from. People are obviously not cheering the warm-up yet. If there's any issues with the audio or the video, please let me know so we can give you the best content. Oh, apologies there. Almost missed the first set. Those first 5 games were so quick. It's part of the problem with being the tournament organizer and the commentator at the same time. From what I did see of that first set, it looked like the kind of air game of Javi and Jesus has really kind of carried them through. Again, that high lob, great fake there. Yeah, excellent. The speed on that ball, making it die by that back glass is what makes the difference with that shot. 40 love, a bit of a fight back here. Great volley. It's another one that's gone 20 feet up. And they're so difficult to hit when they're spinning like that, especially with such height. Although the spin is helping with the top spin smash because it's already going in that direction, the speed of the ball makes that so difficult. That's an easier one, but he plays a sensible backhand down, bandeja down the middle. Unfortunate error on the backhand volley there. 40-30. Coming in close, nice high lob. Didn't bounce away from that back glass, so it was a bit difficult for him to attack. And again, a great fake. And that's where Javi is just so good in the air there, Javi Barahona. Great return down that line. Nice high lob again. And they've come in off that. And you could hear there Javi Redondo telling his partner that they were coming in close, and so he increased the speed of that vibra just to kind of put them under a little bit more pressure. Good play. Great smash down to the feet from Javi Redondo, and that really won them that point there because they were forced to hit up, and his partner was waiting for that ball. 5-3. Now, this is a crucial game here. Should they get broken, it's then with serve again. And they've gone from being 5-1 up as well. And this is one of the things with Padel, the momentum can change so quickly. Excellent high lob. Yeah. Oof. Oh, that's a tough one. God, I'd have to consult my in and out video for that. I mean, that, in my opinion, bounced up. If I was the referee, I would... It's difficult as well because it came with such height. That's one of those things that you know that if all 4 players on the court are not sure, then, you know, probably the fairest thing there is to play a let. I'm thinking that he's probably calling it in, though, the referee. Unfortunately, we don't have, you know, the challenge cam or anything like that, so we can't take another look at that. I think the players are leaving it up to the referee to decide, and he's gone in favour of that ball being in there. Again, so effective with that smash. He winds up like he's going to hit it aggressively, but he can just change the speed of that smash so easily. Makes it really difficult to defend as you know, as his opponent. Nice, good deep smash, good bandeja. And even there, they've managed to force their way back into net. Not quite enough on that. You've got to think that, you know, the balls now have been played with for the 9 games almost, and so there's not quite as much spring in them. That was also a very difficult smash, to be honest. Again, down that line. Interesting, you can see here really the tactic is lobbing Javi, even though he's so effective in the air. It just shows you also the firepower of Jesus as well, who has a really attacking smash. The fact that they're choosing to play to Javi. Excellent volley, came close, anticipating an easy one. Oh, and he was a little bit lucky there because that looked like it was going out. And that's actually given them set point there. They've been quite fortunate because I think Javi Redondo, was doing the right thing, came forward, but just, you know, caught it in the back. Nice volleys. Nice attacking volleys, and this is what they need to be worried about, is that smash. From back there, behind the service line, bringing it back to his own side there. It's just amazing ability. (6-3) first set. It actually ended up being a bit closer than it looked like from the start of that match. Javi Redondo and Raul really kind of got into it towards the end of the set there, and hopefully that will set the pace for this second set. A little slow to start, and Javi and Javi Barahona really came out of the blocks pretty fast there and gave them that lead. And that's one thing in Padel, it can just be so fast, you know, to kind of win and lose games. You know, before you know it, you're a break or two down, and then you're fighting to stay in it. Now's the chance to really kind of capitalize on the momentum that they're having and try and start this second set on a positive. I think it's actually Javier Redondo. There's no N at the end. Javier Redondo Mendez, number 83 in the world. Okay, so new balls, where it's customary to hit it with slice against the glass, just to get that kind of little air layer off, and also give it a little bit of roughness so it's less unpredictable as they start the points. Okay, start of the second set. Raul to serve. This is what these guys do so well, and they missed that lob volley there, but they kind of take that step in and are really good at playing those like low blocks back to the volleyers, you know, defending like that. Again, calling where to go. Another great block from Javi, and again, just slightly out the back there. That's also could be the new balls, you know, they do move a little bit faster, come off the racket a little bit more. So you do often see a few more mistakes, kind of especially into that back glass to begin with. That's a great pickup, double-handed lob there from Javi. Oof. Unforced error. At least it was at 30 love and not at a kind of crucial stage, although see how this game turns out. All of these volleys are really kind of set up volleys. You see, there's not, you know, they're not going to win the point there. His aim is to put his opponent in that back corner, get him on the back foot, and try and get a slightly easier volley that he can then be aggressive on. So often, you know, we see players really trying to hit a winner on their first volley, and even at this level, it's not something that you do. It's too risky. Nice high lob. a fake smash there, which was good. They've recovered well. Great volley from Jesus there down into the fence. A little bit of bite on that, bit of slice down into that fence, making it almost impossible to get back. Really good return there to that high backhand volley. And this is something we see more at the higher level, is that ball high to the backhand volley, because it's difficult to put away. And then just a slight communication error at the back glass. Paddle courts in Dubai. Now I would say we have approximately 20 courts, 20 public courts in Dubai. Most of these players are Spanish. I think we might even have an Argentinian in here, but I would have to check. That was just that gancho, that bandeja down the line there. He used that really effectively in the semi-finals, and I think it's going to be something we see a lot today as well, keeping Javi Redondo at the back of the court if he can. And again, that, you know, really good vibra. That's the one we were just talking about, and it's so effective because the ball dies on that back glass, and there's really nothing you can do about that. Good, excellent. Oof. That is the danger. That is the danger when you're really going for bringing that ball back. And we talked about it in a few of our videos, actually, about that contact point high on the face of the racket. And, you know, especially in somewhere where the ceiling is so high, and timing that ball correctly is really tough. And that's why we do see a lot of the players, and you even see this at the top end with, you know, LeBron and Galan and these guys, they do end up kind of catching the top end of the racket sometimes, just, you know, as the margin for error is so small. Oh, another mistake for Javi. This could end up giving their opponents a bit of a chance in. I'm here for the bandejas. Well, that's, you know, that's in the family for you. Yes, women can play in Dubai is the answer to that question. They'll be annoyed at themselves there, Javi Redondo, because that wasn't an unforced error, but he's quite capable of kind of putting that back. And another aggressive smash from Javi Barahona here. I mean, if that lob is not kind of past that service line, then ultimately at this level you're going to get punished for it. Unfortunately, I didn't play in this tournament. I would have loved to play in this tournament, but we had 3 categories of local tournaments plus this international with almost 300 players, and as organizer, I would have really struggled to play the tournament as well, but hopefully I'll get a chance at some point. And yes, I'll try to start using the second names, although I find them more difficult to pronounce. Again, Barahona there, like, he's just so good around that back glass. Feels weird, I've been calling them by first names all week, so forgive me if it takes me a little bit of time to get that. Great shot again. You know, so effective with that double hand. Coming close there, and he called that. And that's where, you know, those reactions at net, if you are aggressive, like Raul was there, you know, if they block it back, you've got to end up rebuilding that point. Again, Javi Redondo, really effective air game. You know, his bandejas are great because he goes into that position almost like Bella, but, you know, it could be an aggressive one or it could be that kind of slow one, and you don't know as his opponent. And that looked like an aggressive one from the start, and yeah. potentially could have left that for his partner there, Jesus Moya. I think, you know, I think Barahona, he would have got into position for that. Oh, excellent. Very nice. Lovely drop shot there. Quite a risky shot to play at 1-all, 30-all, but it paid off. I know a shot like that will cause a lot of you to want to do that in your matches. I would only recommend it if you're confident you can get that in. Again, that is such an effective shot. It's in Spain they call that the gancho, and it is so good at slowing the speed down there. Good bandeja down the middle. Again, a high ball. You might have a crack at that, yeah. And you can see when that ball bounces away from that back glass off the lob, you've got a bit more space to have a go at that. And that is the good option, particularly if it is quite a high lob and it is going to bounce away. Most of the time you can, you know, tell almost straight off their racket face if they put slice or a bit of topspin on, and then, you know, you can select your shot even before it bounces and hits that back glass. Where are we all watching from today? Jesper from Denmark, Austria, Christian, good man. Yeah, now it's a better time for, you know, than the semi-final, slightly more sociable hour. Not many people were up at 7 a.m. European time to watch this, but hopefully we'll get a few of you watching now. Croatia, excellent. I knew there were some courts in Zagreb, but I didn't realize there was, you know, already a community there. Sweden, of course. Going to see a lot of Sweden here. Perth, okay. That's where they've recently put in that club. That looks great, by the way, that Padel Perth club. William, Surrey, yeah. That's my, that's where I'm from. Spain, Javi. I'm sorry I can't do the commentary in Spanish, but it's good for your English, I suppose. Excellent smash there from Javi. As soon as he saw his opponent kind of returning easy, steps in and is really aggressive on that. And again, look, he's shaping up, and that shot again down that line. Oh, Javi Redondon nearly had it, but it's that change of pace that makes it so difficult. You know, you don't know whether you should be running forward or you need to be waiting back. And if your partner is doing good communication, then, you know, you're really at an advantage if you can smash with that variety. Oof, they're flying through this game. Good volley, a lot of backspin on that. And again, he didn't get away with that. He didn't quite have quite enough power to bring that back. He didn't hit it as cleanly as he usually does, and therefore they got away with it. They thought something was wrong with the balls because it didn't go back. And just this whole week I've been impressed by Javi Barahona's overhead game. You know, everything he's got, the vibra, the bandeja, that slow gancho down the line, aggressive topspin. Do I think the level of paddle in the world will be the same as Argentina and Spain? I think, you know, eventually it will be. You know, it's not like you know, it's not like there's something special in the water. You know, they've just been playing the game for a lot longer, and you know, their infrastructure towards paddle is just far superior at the moment. you know, but well, a little bit like tennis, you know, it's you know, the other countries, they will catch up, but it's going to take a little while. And the thing is now they have that head start. They have excellent junior programs in place, and I mean, it's you know, it's going to be difficult to catch up. If I had to give a number of years, I'd say it's probably at least a good 15 years until you get, you know, kind of really good players challenging. Oh, the double bounce on, that's fine. It's allowed to bounce on top like that. And they've ended up being in a decent position. It's gone inside. Oh, but he touched the net. He touched the net on the smash, and that was a great rally. He did, I thought he'd done well to kind of avoid that, but yeah. Obviously having a discussion about it, congratulating him. Excellent. Oh, look at that power. Excellent, that's really good. Brett from West Sussex. That sounds like, is that the Triangle that you're playing at, your local leisure centre? They got one court. I actually was going to do some clinics there at one point. Nice little setup you guys have. High lob, and yeah, sensible smash there. If you're going for that, you've really got to hit that well. Ooh, good leave, great leave. That only missed by a few inches as well. €6 per person for 2 hours. God, that's a bargain. You'd be paying a little bit more than that in Dubai, let me tell you. €20 per person. Just to give you an idea, it is about €25 per person to play in Dubai. And if you're playing an outdoor court, you might get that for an hour and a half. If you're playing at one of our indoor centres, it will only get you an hour. Yep, Burgess Hill. I know the guys down there. Hopefully you guys can get in some more courts. Like a lot of places in the UK, and I've actually seen it in a lot of countries, they put in one court, and very quickly that gets filled up, and before you know it, you've got a week's waiting list, and then it actually can be quite difficult to get a second, third, fourth court. Really want to do what Sweden are doing now and building 18 or 20 court indoor facilities. I know that's, you know, the planning permission and the expense required in a lot of countries is phenomenal for that, but that would be the dream. Okay, 3-2, Jesus Moya to serve. Oh, that's the first one he's missed, actually. All tournament, I think. He does not miss many overheads. Yes, it is allowed to bounce on top of the cage. That's what happened last game. That was a great shot. Just an inch or so inside there. They're so fast and aggressive, the players in red. Again, the variety, the spin on that. I mean, that was a pretty good lob, and he was behind the service line, and he's gone for the kind of a very slice bandeja down the line, and it's not easy at the best of the times, but you know, he's so effective with it. Great Chiquita there from Javi Redondo down to the feet, and it's got them to come forward. Whether they can keep it or not, yeah, excellent. And there they won really with sheer pace, kind of going into the body, forcing the error there. Good. And that is a great lob, and that's what they have to do. And look, look at the treatment that lob gets. And then they're forced back again. Again, that nice slow control ball down the line to the backhand of Javi Redondo. And he defends so well, but a bit unlucky there. I mean, he's doing a great job, Javi Redondo, of dealing with these smashes in the corner because they are not easy from both players. Yes, Javi, that can only be Spain, where you've got 12 public outdoor courts. Even the Swedes would have them as indoor. Again, what set that point up is that controlled kind of gancho smash down the line there, forcing an easier ball, and he's so quick on it that, you know, really it doesn't give the opponents time to run forward. Excellent play. Came forward, blocked that ball. Good defending as well. Oh, and a bit unlucky to bounce out there. It's interesting to see that, you know, at this level, how much the control smash is used. You know, if you look at the recreational level, if you think of when you might play, how often you're using that aggressive smash. And here, they're using mainly setup smashes. You know, look at all these shots. They're setting the point up until they get an aggressive one. And he didn't quite touch that there. But, you know, it just goes to show that it's something that could easily be brought into your game is, you know, waiting for that right ball to be really aggressive on your smash and using the bandeja or that gancho smash down into the corners to force an easy ball. And that will give you an easier smash. It's less risky. It also makes your opponents work a little bit harder. Oh, great pick up there. He knew he didn't have time to come forward, so ended up blocking that ball from the back. Good angle, excellent from Javi Redondo. And now's the time to be aggressive. Perfect. And you see there, he took his time really, choosing the right ball to be aggressive on. And it paid off. Again, another one of those kind of controlled ganchos. It's basically an overhead that's hit with a kind of straight arm. This Corona sounds, I mean, not Corona. This town sounds great, Javi. I think we'll all be visiting there once this situation's cleared up. Good play, good lob, excellent. And Jesús Moya is so fast back up there because really, Javi Redondo has done really well there because, you know, they initially had the advantage in the point by forcing that lob, and they came so quickly back up to net. He had to do that twice in that point, and the second time paid off. And that's something you see a lot at this level, that, you know, they have to win a point several times over. It's come off the fence and died there. Good question there from Duran about the aggressive smashes. The further back in the court they are, the more they will use topspin, because the more they are requiring that ball kind of kicks up off the glass. If they're closer to net, then they can just do a kind of tennis-style flat smash, and because of the trajectory, they'll get you know, they'll get that ball to come back over. But the further back you go, the more kind of topspin and kick you'll have to put on it. Some of them would survive pre-previa. Javi Redondo is about 83. Javi Barahona, I think, is the highest ranked in the tournament at 42. And, you know, they will definitely be kind of getting through, not necessarily getting through previous. Some will start in previous, sorry, and some will have to play through previous to get there. But this is definitely a kind of, you know, previous / last round previous level match here. Oh, nothing more frustrating than hitting your lob too deep, or too short for that matter. It always seems to be one or the other. Good pick up, and you can see they were being a little bit attacking, forcing their opponents back there. I mean, as soon as you start kind of stepping backwards like that, it makes it quite difficult to deal with that. Oh, just unlucky with that volley there. Oh, he touched it, but I think he touched the net, and he touched the other fence. Yeah, so he lost that point. You've got to be so athletic, though, I mean, at this level. And you know, these three are young, you know, youngsters. Raul is the oldest, I think he's 28. The other guys are all 20, 21, 22. Wish I'd started the game when I was 22. No, Javi, I'm not. I was ranked a couple of years ago when I played some of the World Padel Tour, back when it was a little bit easier. But no, I haven't actually played any World Padel Tour previa for a little while. Most of the stuff I do now is, you know, with the British team, either European champs or world champs. Good there, good accuracy from Raul Marcos there, just to get forward and you know, hit into those gaps, keeping the volleyers on their toes. That scooping double-handed backhand lob there, we've seen that a few times, and it's just really gets him out of trouble. You see that a bit from Lima as well, and big communication breakdown there. But that lob is, I don't know how they do it so accurately with their double hands like that. It always ends up, you know, being a good high lob. Great volley, yeah. And that for me is a good drop shot, because it's not hugely risky and it's gone towards the fence. Actually, I've got a video about that in a couple of weeks' time. But you know, it's kind of, there's margin for error, and a little unforced error there from Jesus Moya. 4-3 with serve in the second set. Plenty of paddle left to play in this, I think. If you know, if the guys can take this second set, Javi Redondo and Raul Marcos, that is. And it's great here. You can't, unfortunately, with the camera, you can only see the empty end of the stadium, but the end where the camera is full, which for us is in Dubai is quite an achievement. We don't often find it easy to get you know, this many people watching the game. And what's really nice is to see you know, a huge local population you know, interested in both spectating and playing. Great recovery there. Good topspin down to the feet. Good change up. And they're going to have to rebuild. Both pairs fighting for that net position. And that's exactly why they're fighting for that net position. Good solid volley there into the corner. I mean, it's just a standard volley. You've got a big space to aim for. Not gonna, you know, not gonna make a mistake with that. There's a bit of an issue with our scoreboard. It's 30-15, and what was it? 4-3 to Javi Redondo and Raul Marcos. So I think that's 40-15 now. 5-4, apologies. Oh, another mistake there from Javi. He's made a couple of them here. Yes, Alexander, this is the same stadium where I record my tutorials. Obviously with empty seats and an empty stadium, so it's much nicer having, you know, this crowd here and watching some good paddle. Not enough on that smash, but they've ended up getting back into that point. Oh, that's a short lob, and they're gonna probably get punished for that. Yeah. At this level, you're only allowed one short lob, and that's the end of the point. We're playing normal juices here as the FIP regulations, as opposed to the golden point that we see in the World Padel Tour. Otherwise, this would be a huge golden point. Wow, excellent block, excellent smash. Oh, unlucky. I mean, that ball is coming really fast off that Bajada. Great shot down the line from Javi Redondo there, forcing his opponent to go from a kind of forehand volley to covering that line immediately. These players are just so good at defending and changing the pace from both from the back of the court and the front of the court. Yeah, good serve down the tee. The sensible option, which is to lob off that return. And again, they've got to hold on to that net position, which they're doing so far. They're keeping the opponents at the back there. He's got that deep vibra. Barahona has come across. Somehow he's got it in. Caught them by surprise. Oh, what a point, what a point. And Javi Redondo wasn't expecting that, and it took him by surprise and ended up costing the point. It obviously wasn't intentional coming off the edge of the racket like that. You can see from the spin on the ball. And this is where Jesus Moya is apologising, but really at 5-4 down juice, you're quite happy when that happens. Good, great pickup from Javi Redondo. He's trying to come forward. He's in what we would call no man's land, but the fact that they can move so quickly from space to another. And again, there, another example of moving quickly from your net position. You know, there, Jesus Moya moved so fast up to that backhand volley, gave his opponents no time to get into position. And, you know, that fast movement is important for every ball, whether you're defending or attacking. Yeah, the reason that they're not hitting the portraits smash is because at this level, unless their opponents are against that back glass, they're able to run out and finish the point. And it's actually a disadvantage if you go for that portraits, because players are so good at running out and hitting that ball to finish, like you often see Paquito doing in the World Padel Tour. Well, all of them actually, and Galan is the same. These guys would have that same principle. So they would only hit portraits when it's a really kind of good ball to do it on. And that is the risk with the drop shot. You know, it's one of those, it's fantastic when it works, but if it doesn't, you know, it is risky. But at this point, they're probably thinking there's not a lot of ways to take the point here. So they've got to kind of force them a little bit. Another high lob. I think that might be out, yeah. Thank you, Husam. Thank you for your support. A fellow resident of the UAE. Yes, so Golden Point is only in the World Padel Tour at the moment. Oh, excellent shot there from Javi. And he's really good off that back glass, that Bahada, because you can't really tell where he's going to go, and he's so good at changing at the last minute. And I mean, that was such an acute angle down into the fence. Admit. Oh, perfect. And that is a good that's a good time to use that portraits, is when you're kind of forced back in the court and they're midway up the court, and it just cleared it ever so slightly. That's the good time to do it, as opposed to kind of really signaling to your opponent you're going to go for it. Admir with the no man's land. My editor, video editor that is doing a fantastic job, has edited the no man's land video, and desperate for it to come out. Great high lob there, and he's come forward, and this is another great way to get to that net, is that high lob and come forward and block the Bahada. Wow, excellent pick up there from Javi Redondo, playing the ball around his feet. Again, good speed, and the intention there is to force our opponents back, and again to the side glass. Oh, amazing defending there from Javi Redondo. This is a real fight of a point. And again, that shot down the line is so effective. And Javi Redondo, he really can't do much more than that. You know, he kind of up and down the court fighting there, and just the accuracy of those bandejas and kind of gancho smashes are so impressive. The question about the partner, whether the partner knows they're playing a Chiquita. With that, because the ball is slower, an unforced error on the return there. He'll be annoyed about that, because that was a really good opportunity to kind of make them pay. But yeah, for the Chiquita, because the ball is slower, it's kind of less, I don't want to say it's less important that they know that it's a Chiquita, but they have more time to see it. So for example, if one of the players hits a Chiquita down to the feet, the partner has time to see it because it's a slower ball, and they'll see their opponent reaching for it. Good. Oh, and that's 2 unforced errors in a row from those guys, and we haven't seen that much. And that's obviously why they're being so effective, is because, you know, the unforced error count is really low. Unfortunately, I don't have stats on the match, but I could always make something up, I suppose. Yeah. And that's great attacking play there. And they did well there, because I thought there was going to be a momentum change of that really long point that Javi Barahona and Jesus Moya won. I thought that, you know, there could have been a slight shift, but Javi Redondo ended up coming back and being really aggressive towards the end of that game, which they deserved. And it looks like we're going to have a change of balls. So the change of balls happens at 9 games and 11 games, and that really is, you know, does make a difference at this level. And particularly had they been broken there and then have new balls, it would have been very difficult to break back. It's the speed of the ball and the pressure when they're new is makes it a lot faster, and therefore easier to hit those kind of aggressive smashes back to their side, or even for the kick over the fence. Okay. Serving at 5-6. Great topspin down into that fence. He was falling back there. Good speed. You see this this controlled smash with topspin, or whether it's flat. And that's the only thing he could have done off that back glass. And they've done an amazing job to get back and recover there. And we also see that a lot at the World Padel Tour level, where they hit really fast into that back glass because they want to keep it low at the other end, as opposed to, you know, the topspin lob. Whew. Some serious power on that. Again, that combination of serve to the fence, and then a good slice down the middle, I think is probably, you know, happening 90% of the points. And Javi Barahona there, just a bit of a mistake on his volley. Oh, another mistake on his volley. This could get interesting with a little break here. Good defensive smash into that corner. Nice deep lob, and he's gone for it. Oh, and it doesn't have quite a nut. He did touch the net with his foot there. And even far back in there, really kind of came back to his side well there. Javi was able to get to it, but just obviously landed on the net, meaning they lost that point. Oh, good change of direction, down into the fence. Another shot to the fence, and this should be a finish for Javi here, yeah. These players really using those shots to the fence very well. You know, effective from all angles, whether it's the volleys or the topspin smash. Oh, that's going to be fodder, yeah. Especially against two players that smash as well as Javi Barahona and Jesus Moya. It's got to be a deep lob. Oh, that's the difficulty with, you know, if the serve doesn't go near the glass or you know, well down the center, they do have that gap to hit into the space. Good lob, excellent lob. And again, so fast. You see there, he hit the Bahada, not with a lot of speed, but kind of down, you know, below the waist height of the volleyer, and take 3 big steps in, and suddenly he's got an attacking volley up the court. And that's what they kind of do so well. Oh, that's got spin on it, and he's going to enjoy smashing that one. Yep. If you hit against your own glass, that back boast, it's coming with that type of spin, and both of these guys would have enjoyed hitting that topspin smash. Six-all tiebreak. Difficult to predict who's gonna take this here. I think this is, you have to see how the first few points go. Both pairs are kind of playing good, I would say, not in patches, but in 2 or 3 points in a row. Oh, and he'll finish that. Oh, that's not a mistake you want to make. That first point of the tiebreak. To be fair, Javi Redondo hasn't missed many of those, you know, this match. And like we said before, you know, contacting that ball at the top end of the racket face can be difficult to you know, do accurately every single time. Great volley into that corner, just simple controlled volleys. And he's bringing that back again. That's such an aggressive smash. And this is where, you know, LeBron is so dangerous. I'm not saying he has the same smash as LeBron, but, you know, if you feel like you can't lob to a player because they're so good in the air, it really limits you as a defender. And that's out. And I mean, 3-0 down is it's by no means over, but it's definitely giving the servers now, Javi Redondo, a bit of work to do. Oh, great return there. Great return there. I think probably Javi Redondon was probably expecting a lob and left a bit of a space, and that's a good lob. Oh, and that was not a good fake smash. That kind of popped up just in the strike zone for them, and now 5-love is 5-love is definitely a difficult point to come back from. Great serve down the middle, great first volley. Look at these volleys, they're around that service line, forcing the opponent to make a decision whether to volley, to take before the glass or after. Patiently waiting for that slightly shorter ball and then, you know, an aggressive smash. And that's really, you know, that's the kind of ideal paddle is being patient, playing sensible setup volleys while you're at net and taking your opportunities when you get them. And as a defender, you know, your job really is to kind of stay in that point and choose a good, sensible time to either lob your opponents or take that net position if you can. 6-0, so this is going to be difficult here for these guys. Coming forward, and that's match. And to be honest, they've deserved this. They played a fantastic tournament. Every game they've been really, really effective and professional. So, yeah. Fair play to Javi Barahona and Jesus Moya. Fully deserved. Excellent game there. Unfortunately, we don't get a lot of these matches for me to do this commentary on, but if you found this as useful as an analysis, normally what I'll do in the analysis is break this down into sections, but here obviously we went straight through the match. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments, and I can always kind of do this with matches that I've previously recorded. If not, I will try and continue to do the match analysis. And hopefully we have more tournaments in Dubai, and therefore I can do more of this. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your support. As always, it's an absolute pleasure. And yeah, well, I'll post the next video on Monday. They won some prize money and a trophy, and actually, it's the Dubai Masters, so the end of year tournament. So it's a good bit of prize money, but they're mainly doing it for the World Padel Tour points. And actually now I have to go down and be involved in presenting the trophy. So thanks very much, guys, for joining me. And yeah, a pleasure to chat to you all today.